Hello, people abroad. I did it. I finally moved. Well, I moved from the States to Japan, but I finally moved out of the dorm that I was in, which very grateful to be able to get into the dorm without too many problems. It was like a pretty easy process. However, not overly cheap and not the biggest size room. So I found an apartment. A few of us from the dorms did, and luckily we found someone to work with who was friendly to foreigners and was able to help us navigate the whole process, because boy, is it a process to move from one area to another area in Japan, especially as a foreigner, because a lot of it is completely unknown. A lot of processes are slightly different or more involved, at least more involved than what I'm used to from the States. I've moved at least 6 times, I believe, in the States. I've had a lot of apartments, but this was the most involved thing I've had to do is, in regards to moving. So this has just been quite a major experience. Luckily though, this team helped, very friendly, helped reduce any unneeded fees and avoided certain fees that we didn't really have to pay, and found a place that was relatively close to where I go to school, and it was ultimately, cheaper too, which helped seal the deal. And I'll provide their link below in case you're in Japan now, probably as a student or worker, or for however you got into Japan thus far, because I know, tourists, people are still not able to come in, on vacation and whatnot. But for those currently here in Japan as a foreigner, and maybe you're looking to move and it seems like a daunting task, this team is great. So I'll provide their information, and then hopefully they'll be able to help you, which I don't see why they wouldn't be able to. They've helped at least 4 people I know of from my dorms. So yeah, they're great. This place even came furnished, at least with the major appliances. Your fridge, your washer, things are hang dried, so no dryer, microwave, even a TV. And the major things that I would have needed and would have had to spend a good deal on. Finding a bed and a couch has been a little bit of an ordeal, because I'm, a little bit taller, I think, than the average size here. So it's hard to find, at least for a couch, something that was long enough for me to be able to pass out on in case I didn't want to go up to the loft to sleep, may need to just crash on the couch. But yeah, it's been an ordeal to move, but I really enjoy this studio apartment. They call it a 1K, so it's a one living area and then a kitchen, the K, and then the bed. I think that's partly not all 1Ks will have the loft, so that I guess that one is more than just the living area, but where you would normally sleep. But luckily I have the loft, which creates more utilization of the space and somewhere for me to sleep, so that I can have more living area in the main room. But yeah, moving has been, just a long process, and there's tons of paperwork. So much so that I'm probably gonna have a separate video, a follow-up video to this, because as you've seen now, I don't have too much stuff I haven't unpacked yet. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna show off what at least I have initially furnished with, couch and everything. Not fully decorated yet. Maybe I'll have a follow-up video where it's fully furnished. Maybe I have decorations over the next year. To further explain the kind of daunting process thus far, I will have another video, and might even bring on one of my dorm mates to help elaborate, because we all had to get together. We had to band together really to share information, because some of us had different experiences doing the same exact thing, which made it even more complicated in a way. Again, at least for foreigners, because some of this stuff is just new to us, and then there's the language barrier, which for the most part, in a lot of the circumstances, like going to the ward office, or like the kind of a district office of the area of the ward, they've been very helpful in, providing English versions of some of the paperwork or examples. Definitely tried their best to assist, even though there's a language barrier. but it would have ultimately been a lot smoother if there was no barrier. So, some people know a lot more Japanese than I do, which helped kind of us share information and kind of go together and get everything done. But yeah, I'll have at least one other video kind of explaining that more in detail, or at least the major steps, because some of the information might be different. I'm not going to be able to share like what the exact form looks like, because it may look a little differently, but the major steps should be relatively the same for anyone moving. Although depending on the city or ward you go into, there might be more for you to do. I believe some of the paperwork we got going into the current area is different than my previous area. So there'll be some variables basically, but in the next video, hopefully I can help out other people who are maybe on the fence about moving, or they're staying where they are, or like me, kind of relying on the dorm, even though the dorm situation may not be the best, either in cost and amenities, or size, living area. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. And then at the end of this video, you'll see hopefully a little bit more lived in apartment. I really need to stop saying so much. I took class on that to reduce my vocal clutter, but still quite an issue. I'll blame it on being tired. It's been a lot, and it's been like a 2-week process really. And today's been a lot of doing the heavy lifting and moving and running to the local store, which luckily it's only like a 5-minute walk. But there's a lot of little stuff that I needed. Moving from the States, I kind of forgot how much I accrued over the last 10 years or so. And I kind of relied on and never had to like repurchase. But now I'm going through all that again, and it's been quite a day. So I'll leave you at that and enjoy how everything looks.